Okay, hi pals, long time no see with this stuff. Hi, I'm Casey, and I am taking an idea I took from Niah on TikTok. She's linked down below. She's fabulous. You should be following her. And I do this, I would say every month, but I haven't done it for the last 3 months, but I try to do this every month where I talk about all the books of mine that I read physically. You can see my giant pile over here, and talk about whether they were worth the purchase or if I would purchase them again. It's very fun. It helps keep me accountable. So let's go ahead and jump into it. If you haven't seen one of these videos before, I keep a notebook where I keep track of, like, I'm not gonna zoom in on this. These are books I got through the library, books I had physically. And if you've watched my May wrap up, you know I didn't read this many books. A lot of these I started and then finished in subsequent months. But I try to keep track of them in the month I started them. And so I have my library category and my own already physically category. And because I haven't done one of these in a minute, I will just go ahead and tell you as far as keeping track of stuff. If I read it as an ebook, I keep track of not the Kindle price, but the paperback MSRP price. And I get this through Barnes & Noble because it is often just the easiest way for me to do it, and it is the most consistent way for me to find those prices. And the reason I keep track of ebooks as paperbacks for pricing is because I don't buy Kindle books. I only read Kindle right now because I have mystery thing in this arm making it very difficult for me to read physically, and and I don't buy Kindle books. If I want a copy of it, I will buy a physical copy of it, and so that's why I keep track of it that way. And then I do audiobook pricing through Audible, because that is often where I get, like, if I'm going to purchase an audiobook, that is the way in which I do it, and I do full price. I don't do the price per subscription. Or they have sales all the time, but I keep track of the full price, not the sale price. Okay, in May, the total amount that I saved by using my library was $130.61. That's a ton of money. I am continuously surprised at how much just money shit is and how expensive everything is. And the total price for books that I already owned was $46.03. And if you take out the books that were given to me as gifts, or that, yeah, it was just gifts for this one, it is $28.49. And I think that is fabulous. Okay, talking about May, the 3 books I had physically are over here, and I'm just gonna go through them really quickly. The Stone Sky by N.K. Jemisin. This was bought for me as a gift from my friend Tyler for my birthday, and thank you so much. I immediately read it. Well, I was already reading the Kindle version of this, but I love having this here. It's incredible. I was going to pay full price for it myself. I am extremely appreciative that someone paid full price for it for me for a gift, and I love it, and I'm super happy to have it on my shelves. And I am not only happy to have it on my shelves, but I am also just happy to continue to support this author because I love this series. The only thing I will say about this physical copy is, what is this? What is this? And I know, Tyler, you're literally never going to watch this. This isn't you. I think this is just how these books were published, and I hate this. I hate this bullshit, and Orbit, you need to get your shit together, because that's bullshit that these have such a discrepancy in height and depth and everything. It's horrible. The next one I have is Earthlings by Sayaka Murata. I paid full price for this. I'd pay full price for it again. I love this book. I thought it was incredible. It's so weird. It's so crazy. I had such a good, qualified time with this. I had a lovely time with it. I would pay full price for this again, absolutely. The next one I have here is Audition by Ryo Murakami, and my corner just finally gave up the ghost. It's been barely hanging on for months because I bought this used, so this was damaged. We're just gonna take this off, set this to the side. I'll get some tape later. Like I said, I purchased this used. I did purchase this for almost $12 full, and I understand because this is a cult classic, and it is in, other than this, it was in really good condition. I would not buy this again, used or new. When I went back and looked at how much I actually spent on this, I was really shocked, especially by the fact not by the fact, but especially coupled with the fact that I didn't really enjoy this. I like having it on my shelves because I like having these more classic horrors that are very popular and well known on my shelves, but overall this was way too disappointing for the amount of money I paid for it, and I would not purchase it again. Okay, moving on to June. The total amount of money that I saved by using my library was $170.28. That is just so much. That is a ton. It's a ton of money that I saved. And then the total amount of money that I spent on books that I purchased already was $59.87. If you take out gifts, that total comes out to $25.88. And honestly, I just think that's crazy. And there's a crazy discrepancy between the two, and the fact that that is almost 1.5 times how much money I in total had spent or spent on myself. I love libraries. Libraries are incredible. Okay, moving right along to talking about the books and if I'd buy them again or if they were worth the purchase. One book that I read that I don't have my physical copy up here. I keep all of my poetry in a different place in my house, and I forgot I was doing this today, so I didn't grab it, but it is Don't Call Us Dead by Niah Smith. This was purchased for me as a gift at Christmas last year. Loved it. Was gonna buy it for myself physically. Very happy that someone else purchased it for me. Would purchase it again. Absolutely incredible collection. The next one I have here is The City in the City by China Mieville, and I will say that as far as my calculations are concerned, I'm 90% positive I bought this used, but I also bought this used at a time when I was not keeping track of like how much I was spending on books, and I have no way of knowing how much I spent on it, so I fully just wrote it down as the full price in here. I'm almost positive that I bought this used, but it doesn't really matter. I would purchase this again. I enjoyed this. I had a very good time with this. I thought it was very enjoyable, very engaging, and I really like China Mieville's writing overall, so I would absolutely purchase this again. Having read it, I would probably wait to have a used copy come again into my life if it didn't already have this, just because it wasn't like a new all-time favorite, new like must have it on my shelves, get it any way I possibly can. I would want it on my shelves, but I would wait until there was another used copy or a used copy for me to grab. Next one I have here is Oryx and Crake by noted turf Margaret Atwood. I bought this one used. I don't know how well you can see that. Not at all. But there's a lot of damage to this. There's a bunch of water damage in here that I didn't realize. And I did get this used. Which makes me happy because I bought this before I knew how much of a turf Margaret Atwood was, and overall I thought that this book was fine. I would not purchase this again, new or used. For problematic authors, if I really want a copy of like a beloved work that I read before I knew that they were problematic, I will wait until I get a used copy to grab it. This I didn't enjoy particularly that much, so this is not one that I would purchase again. I definitely wouldn't buy it new to give her any money, and I wouldn't buy it used because I don't care about having it on my shelves. This is gonna be a longer one of these because I got a bunch of books to go through. The next one I have here is The Burning God by R.F. Kuang. This was technically a gift. Someone gave me a gift card to a bookstore, and I used that gift card to buy this and a couple other books, but I love this. I was gonna buy it. This is another one that I was already gonna buy for myself. The fact that I got to use a gift card for it just made it even better, and I loved it. Would buy it again, new, used, whatever. Okay, the last one I have for the month of May is The Devourers by Andrew Doss. I bought this one used, and I love this book. I thought it was really incredible. It's absolutely fucking beautiful. I would buy this again 100%. I would buy this used. I would buy this new. I would buy this brand new. Not only is this cover absolutely incredible, but I really loved this book and I love the story inside of it. And so if this is one that I had just read through my library, I would probably be immediately going out, if I didn't already have a physical copy, and purchasing it. And I wouldn't care if it was new or used when I did it. Okay, moving on to July. This is when I really started reading a lot more again, so these totals are going to be a lot closer than they were. The amount of money I saved by using my library was $172.81. I'm amazed at how frequently the amount of money I save through the library is about $170. It is a very consistent amount, and it is crazy. That is a crazy amount of money to keep totaling up every month that I don't have to go out and spend, especially on books that I wouldn't even want to keep. The amount of money that I spent total on books I already had was $102.59. cents. And the amount of money that this total is not going to change too terribly much. There was only one gift in here, or one book that I didn't purchase myself, and that was $97. And so that total comes out to $97.90. And speaking of the one book that I technically didn't purchase myself, let's go ahead and start with that because it's top of this pile, and that is The Bottoms by Jo R. Lansdale. If this is going out after my July wrap-up, you will probably, and you watch that, you will know that this was not in there. That's because I DNF'd this at 11%. And I'm including it here just because I had the physical copy of it. This I would not purchase again at all. I purchased this used. This is another one that I had a gift card that I spent buying a bunch of used books on, and I wish I hadn't used any of that on this. I will never get rid of this book. It's always gonna stay in my house because personal reasons that I don't particularly feel like getting into, but this book will never leave my home, and I'm sad that that pile of books includes this one because I really didn't like it. Moving on, I have From the Neck Up and Other Short Stories by Aaliyah Whiteley. I'm conflicted on this one. I enjoy this author's work. I have a number of physical copies of her other pieces, but overall this short story collection really fell short for me. I think this is one I would purchase again just because there is a completionist part of me that really wants to have everything. I wouldn't buy it new again though. I did pay full price for this one, and if I could find this one used, that would have been how I would have preferred to spend my money on this. Next, I have The Haunting of Tramcar 015. This is another book that I purchased new, and I'm trying to think. I think I would purchase this new again. I really enjoyed it. I am a little torn on if I enjoyed it enough to fully purchase it. I guess that means I wouldn't. If I'm sitting here going like, well, even though I read this and I enjoyed it, would I purchase it to just have it in my house if I didn't already? And I think the answer is no, unless I found like a really cheap used copy of this. But it feels really terrible because I really enjoyed this book and I really loved it. And I'm happy to have it in my house, and I'm happy to have paid full price for it. But if I'm going off of the rubric of trying to think, if I hadn't already purchased this, would I purchase this new? I think the answer has to be no. That makes me feel really bad. Next, I have Mouthful of Birds. This is another short story collection that I purchased full price. Yeah, I paid full price for this again. This is one of those books that I don't think I would have rushed out after finishing it to have purchased it to have in my house, but I am so happy that I already had it, because if I was just like perusing at a bookstore and was just, looking around, this is definitely something I would have grabbed and I would pay full price for again. Next, I have From Here to Eternity by Caitlin Doughty. This is another one oh my God. I'm trying to think. I think that I would purchase. I'm sitting here trying to do like that rubric and going through all that. And I think what I'm going to settle on is I would pay for this again and I would purchase this again, but I don't think I would purchase the hardback of this again because hardbacks are significantly more expensive. I really enjoyed it and I had a great time with it, and I really like this author's work, and I love reading about death and death culture in different places across the world. And I had a lovely time with it, and I think that the illustrations in here are just so fun and so cool and so enjoyable. But I just don't think this is another one I would pay full price for hardback for again, but I would pay. I'm not displeased to have the hardback, but I would pay full price for a paperback for this. Okay, last one, and that is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. This is another one that I hate non-removable stickers. This is another one I paid full price for a really long time ago. I think the year that it came out. I actually bought 2 copies. Well, okay, technically we bought 3 copies of this. I bought this for our house, I bought this for my mother-in-law, and then we bought the audiobook for this so that my spouse could read this as well. And yeah, I'm happy to have this. I think this is just such a beautiful cover, and I really did enjoy this, and I'm very happy to have this, and I'm very happy to have the hardback of it because I think it's just a lovely addition. Okay, that's it. That is all the books and my opinions on them and whether or not I'd purchase them again for the last 3 months. I hope that life doesn't get away from me again, because this was a lot to kind of catch up on and to pull books off of my shelves to do this for. So hopefully we'll see you again next month with one of these and it won't be so chaotic. Okay, bye pals. Oh, do algorithm things if you want. Bye!